Bismillah walhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum Cam. We're continuing on with this lesson. In this second part, we're going to be talking about the object. Or is this the first part? Well. We'll see whatever part we uploaded. So, as we've spoken about before, when it comes to a verb, in a verbal construct, there's three parts. There's the fa'il, which is the verb, the fa'il, which is the doer, and then the maf'ul, the thing receiving the action. So you can actually take a verb and you can turn it into a maf'ul, right? So let's take the example of fataha, which means he opened. If you put it on the pattern of maf'ul, right? That's the word we use for object. When you put a word on that, maf'ul, it becomes maftuh, which is the thing the opening is applied to. That's really weird. And I don't honestly think these are used often in Arabic. I haven't come across them too often, but they're part of our chart. Still something you gotta know. And just as an FYI, this rule, putting it on the pattern of maf'ul, only applies to the first family. Remember we said there was 10 families. Let's scroll right past that. This is family 1, all of the red. They're all similar. And we have family 2, family 3, family 4, family 5, family 6, family 7, family 8, family 9, and family 10, right? So that rule of putting it on the pattern of maf'ul to turn it into the object in which the action is being applied only applies to the first family. So let's look at nasara. Nasara, when you put it on the pattern of maf'ul, it becomes mansur, which is the thing the helping is being applied to, or the thing that's receiving the help, right? I think that's actually way better. The thing that is receiving the help. And then daraba, he hit, becomes madrub, which is the thing that is receiving the hit, right? So we would say in this statement here, Uzair hit Faraz. Faraz would be known as the madrub. He'd be known as the one that's receiving the hit, right? So now when it comes to the other families, family 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, all you have to do is take the isim fa'il, which is the doer, and all you have to do is change the second last letter, which is usually a kasra, to a fatha. I have no idea what's happening there. Sorry, we edited this document really quick. Ignore that second lam there. See if I can get rid of it. Oh. There we go. You add a fatha, so you change from a kasra to a fatha, and it continues across all of them. So mujahid, which is the doer, becomes mujahad, which is now the object. Muslim, which is the doer, now becomes muslam, which is the object. Mutakallim becomes mutakallam. Muta'arif, the ri, becomes muta'araf. Mukhtalif becomes mukhtalaf. And for family 8 and family 9, there is no object because you can't make objects out of those. It's very interesting. Later on, Ustad will explain the qualities of those families. We haven't really gotten into depth with them. But for number 10, it's mustaghfir, which becomes mustaghfar. So now if we look at our chart, we've actually covered quite a lot of it. So we have the past tense right here. We have the present tense. The masdar, which we call the verbal noun, which is where you take a verb and you remove the doer and you remove the tense, and all you're left with is the concept. The isim fa'il, which is the doer, which is on the pattern of fa'il for the first family at least, and then for the others it follows a different pattern, which is the mu'allim pattern, I guess you could say, or the mufa'il pattern. Mufa'il. They all have that u-a-i-u pattern. U-a-i-u pattern. Then after that, we talked about the passive doer, right, which is on the pattern of u'i'a. Then we talked about the passive in present tense, where all you have to do is change the second last letter to fatha, the first letter to a dhamma, then all the ones in between that are not a sukun or an alif to a fatha. And then again, you have the repeating of the masdar. So it's the exact same masdar as here. Same thing. They just put it in there for flow so you can read this chart easily. And then we have the isim maf'ul, right, which is the object. So this can be read now as فتح يفتح فتحا فهو فاتح فتح يفتح فتحا فهو مفتوح نصر ينصر نصرا فهو ناصر نصر ينصر نصرا فهو منصور سمع يسمع سمعا فهو سامع سمع يسمع سمعا فهو مسموع حسب يحسب حسبانا or حسبانا فهو حاسب حسب يحسب حسبانا فهو محسوب. And then karuma has no object, right? And it continues. You can do it for this one too. علم يعلم تعليما فهو معلم علم يعلم تعليما فهو معلم معلم. See, takes the fatha there. جاهد يجاهد جهادا فهو مجاهد جوهد يجاهد جهادا فهو مجاهد. So the reason why there's two masdars here, you might be wondering as to why, is that certain words have more than one masdar. And for jahada, these are the two most common ones. But when you're reciting, it's more than fine just to say one of them. So continuing on, aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslim uslima yuslamu islaman fahuwa muslim. And it continues throughout. Okay, those are objects. Alright, Cam. Assalamu alaikum.